So what about the viewership? How many people how many playbacks do you do when you do a live for now?
For now, I'll tell you the truth, I haven't checked. Um, I'm trying not just to go and check because I don't want to stress myself and start thinking, oh, I need to
Okay.
look into that. I'm just building the
Just doing
content.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, building the content until, maybe at the 50th number, I can start looking at those things. But now, really building the content and making myself comfortable doing it on a regular
Hmm.
basis, like keeping consistency. And then after that, we can probably start looking to those those
Did
analytics.
you did you switch channels, or you still using the same one, or you use the old? Because you see, you had like some viewers on the old Dalia one. You could use those. I mean,
So what we did, I left Dalia's for herself, like Dalia
hmm
MTV. That's where she has all her stuff.
but
Like,
you use the Ma Vie Ma Santé channel that you
yes,
renamed
rebranded.
Dalia MTV.
Yes,
So
yes,
because it had more subscribers. But
exactly.
now the old Dahlia channel, why don't you use that one? Because now
Uh,
you're starting from zero. I mean, no, I mean production has been here for a long time,
yes.
but I mean,
But but in terms of viewership, the problem was that
it's not the
I
same
kind of
people.
stopped posting videos. That's what happened. You know how it goes when you stop doing that, and then people think that you're gone. You're no longer there.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
now
y-
it's coming back. People are, liking it. They people are coming.
mhm,
I can say I was checking. When you go on a dashboard in the studio, just say,
yeah,
oh, 28 subscribers just for the month. I'm like,
mm, yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't see it, but that's why it's happening.
No,
And
that's the
one
thing
thing,
is like when you start from zero,
mhm,
uh, it's of course it's long because there's a lot of you have to start but that's the great thing is that you bring people in and you see the growth. It just takes time, and that's why I'm
mhm,
happy to celebrate episode 100
mhm,
because I, I could have just be singing, you know, from time to
mhm,
time like everybody else, or like a lot of DJs are DJing. They do what they do. I choose to do something different, and
mhm,
the the best compliment I receive a lot about Club Shada is, wow, I'm discovering another side of you, and I
mhm,
love listening to you talk about topics. I used to love you for the music, but now I respect you for the mind, and that's what's interesting to me. It's kind of a different way to be on stage in a certain way,
mhm,
and I didn't want to do something that I was. It's gonna sound strange as an artist, but I'm bored on stage
mhm.
because I've mastered that. You've known me since forever. Like
Mhm.
when we were 14, I was already rapping in,
Yeah.
in, in at home or in the barbecues, but I was already in that. So
Mhm.
at 47, it is boring to me. It's like 10 years ago, I read an interview, or maybe even more than 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I was reading an interview by Dr. Dre. And he was just saying that, once you've done everything you had to do and you fulfilled your dreams on a specific subject,
Mhm.
you have to find new dreams. And,
Exactly.
doing conferences and being invited to talk or being invited to to audit a company or a media company or label and doing consulting and stuff like that is something that you can open from a show like Club Shada, from people seeing you and being like, oh, this guy looks like he knows what he's talking about. I would love to, have him for 1 hour talk about the company and pay him whatever it's worth. And those are other jobs that you can do. And most artists, they don't think about that because their obsession is to be famous, forever, to yeah, to not be forgotten, to be able to perform forever. So you see them at 65 performing, and we're like, no, I don't see myself performing at 65 at all. I see myself making way more money than the performing days. And for that, you have to not be scared to go to the next thing. And
Right.
that's why, like, episode 100 means a lot to me, because it feels like I'm becoming a professional at that. And like when I was in Kinshasa, I missed it, and I could have just take my phone and do a live from the phone, but I wanted to have my layout. I want to have my icons. I want to have my logo. I want to have my setup. I need the show to look like the show. That's why I only pre-recorded one episode. I wanted to even pre-record 2 of them, so that I could just have a pre-recorded episode playing at the same time, like I did the other time, and just be there in the chat. It was actually nice to see it. But I like the fact that I went from what it was to what it is today, and I'm already like, I'm not moving now. I'm far from changing houses, but when I move, I'm gonna make sure that I have a special room just for my office.
Right.
So, and all days I'm already thinking about this, like how I'm gonna, create a room just for Club Shada, all these things. So that's super interesting when you can see the potential of what it can become. Like it's 2 a.m. here, 2:20. I have like 200 and some people watching a thing, and 16 people at the same time. It's amazing to say to yourself that you're able to have people come watch you have conversations, and and those people are inspired by those conversations. So that's to me what is the best thing about arriving to episode 100. And I'm a milestone guy. So now I'm like, okay, episode 200, I'm already in my head. I need to have this, I need to have this, I need to have that amount of people, I need to have that amount of new subscribers, I need to have that amount of money generated by the show, because you have the money that is generated like during the live. So that would be sponsorships, maybe before. You're gonna have like during the live, that's the super chats, and then you have after the live, that's when the people view, when they have ads. And that is super interesting when I see other people that are trying to also create their content. And I was watching my show. Then it was Saturday, so I was watching some of my episode. Then I ended up watching Dahlia. Then I ended up watching you. And then I ended up going on Mountain of Inspiration. And then I asked myself, so wait a minute, how did we all end up being in media, like the whole family? What happened? Like, you know what I mean? Like Katya, my little sister, she's a producer, filmmaker, Ikomba raps, and Cody Kim is a stand-up comedian, is on TV, and I was like, what is it a Congolese thing, or is it that the talent runs in the family? And I was on your channel, and I was watching your content, and when I explore the channel, I tend to see the good, the bad, and see the advices I can give. But then I start going in your content, and also in Dahlia's content, and then I start realizing, wait a minute, I started seeing videos of you guys skinny like from 10 years ago, and I was like, yo, they've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
That was the fun part. I was like, it's not just like, oh, some people would say, oh, now their cousin is doing it, so they all doing it. No, no, no. You guys have been doing it for a long
Long
time.
time.
I
Yeah.
was watching you. There was one that was funny. He was probably in a church. There was this guy preaching in English or in Lingala, and you were translating. That
Yeah.
was funny. It was funny as hell.
Yes,
Because
those
you
were
were
the
trying to
years.
translate with the go like fais-moi que joie, and you were like yes, and je pense que
Oh yeah.